That's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it. Well, hello there, fellow geeks and geekettes, and welcome to yet another video. In this day and age of dying comic book industry, there is one man who knows how to make business. There is one man who has always known how to write great, entertaining, 90s-ish style comic books, and that's Todd McFarlane. Now, for those of you who don't know, Todd McFarlane started as a comic book artist, and he still is a tremendously talented comic book artist, but he's also a very successful businessman who based his business not only on publishing his Spawn comic book that has been coming out since the early 1990s until nowadays. It's over 300 issues long, the run, but more so on creating and producing action figures, both his own Spawn action figures and movie-based action figurines, and more recently he acquired the license for DC Comics action figurines after the dissolution of DC Direct or DC Collectibles, which was the main manufacturer of DC Comics memorabilia and action figurines. And also, for those of you who don't know, the comic book industry in the United States of America has found itself at the verge of downfall, at the verge of destruction, after focusing for years and years and years on inclusion, representation, diversity, and various leftist agendas instead of actually writing and creating and drawing good comic books. Now, Todd McFarlane has left Marvel Comics already in the early 1990s and established, along with other creators such as Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld, the Image Comics, which has been extremely successful until nowadays, or up to nowadays. And now it seems that he wants to take further advantage of the downfall of the comic book industry and not succumb to it like every other person in the comic book industry has, but succeed and expand. So let's read out the article. Todd McFarlane reveals they are missing something. He will create a shared universe calling 2021 the year of Spawn. Today, the Todd father and president of Image Comics, Todd McFarlane, announced his bold attempt at creating his own multi-character interconnected comic book universe. His stated goal is to establish a shared fictional universe over time in the vein of what the other comic industry giants Marvel and DC have accomplished with their comic book universes. Now, it concerns, I think, more than or about 4 titles, interconnected 4 comic book titles that will all be revolved around the character of Spawn and, characters like him. So the announcement was given by McFarlane during a first-look presentation at the direct market retailers at the annual Comics Pro conference. The character Spawn, created by McFarlane, will be at the forefront of the initial launch of new titles, but the long-term goal is that Spawn will become but one of many characters that will succeed not only in the comics industry, but in many mediums across the globe. McFarlane will capitalize on the 28-year success of Story of Spawn, as I said, which has seen sales increased between 100 to 600% from pre-pandemic orders. The Spawn title currently is a top 5 monthly selling title on the Diamond Distributor's Top 100 chart. Recently, a new release of a Spawn figure on Kickstarter set a new Kickstarter record in its category for raising just under $3.5 million in 30 days. That figure was also recently awarded the prestigious People's Choice 2021 Toy of the Year by the Toy Association Incorporated. And so the 4 titles in question are Spawn's Universe, King Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, and The Scorched, which will contain characters such as Spawn, Redeemer, Gunslinger, Medieval Spawn, and She-Spawn. So, and just look at the art. And there should be some names that will be involved in creating this awesome and huge new extended Spawn universe. And most of the names are iconic names in the comic book industry that have proved themselves to be creative, to be successful, to be talented artists and talented writers. So apparently Todd McFarlane does not follow what DC and Marvel have been doing for a long time, but actually is hiring people on merit. So among other names, we've got people such as Art Adams, we've got Brett Booth, we've got J. Scott Campbell, we've got Greg Capullo. Oh yes, please. Greg Capullo is very famous for drawing Spawn at the beginning of the run, even before he became famous as a Batman artist. Donny Cates, Jim Chang, we've got David Finch, Jonathan Clapion, we've got Sean Gordon Murphy, come on, yeah, Mark Silvestri, oh yes, and Frank Quietly, as well as others he will be announcing in the coming months. And here is the man himself, Todd McFarlane, the father of Spawn. So I only hope that it will be what I think it will be, and that is a tremendous and awesome success. And I can't wait for reading Spawn, the extended universe, or the Spawned universe, because it's only about time for somebody grasping the chance of actually doing something right and writing good comics again. So Todd, I support you with all my heart, and let us make comics great again. Now people have already started doing so. For example, Ethan Van Sciver with his Indiegogo campaign of his Cyberfrog. I have backed many of it. Look at that, it's made over $1,100,000. So, you know, apparently people still want good comics. People still want good product. It's just, you know, you need to actually write and draw good stories and good comics with intriguing and interesting characters, such as Cyberfrog, or Spawn, or this gorgeous, very attractive looking She-Spawn. So yeah, that's what it takes. Just write good stories. So what do you think, my friends? Do you agree with my opinion, or does your opinion differ in any way? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, please do not forget to like this video if you liked it, or dislike this video if you didn't like it, and subscribe to this unimportant channel of an unimportant geek talking about unimportant things if you haven't done so already. And that'll be really all from me. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon, and bye.